This game was the #1 demo on Steam, selling over 200,000 copies during the first week of its release. But now, you can't buy it. This is Misery. And let's get to the point. It's basically Stalker plus Lethal Company. Grab stuff to build a bunker, avoid a nuclear disaster and anomalies, just a bunch of chaos with your friends, or by yourself. But maybe that's what made it fun, with more and more people wanting PvE experiences as opposed to all the issues PvP can give you. No wonder why it became an underground indie game hit. This is Misery, and this is the situation so far. Now all of this is alleged and the situation is still ongoing. Everything is subject to change as more information comes to light. And do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. Keep it civil. Here's the rundown. Misery became the most played demo during Steam Next Fest October 2025. With over 300,000 players that downloaded the demo at the time and actively playing it, it was no brainer that this game was going to succeed. However, it wasn't that long after the fact that the game and the people behind its secrets began to unravel. Misery released to the public on October 23, 2025 at $9.99 USD, a small price to pay for a game that's a sandbox journey with your friends. By October 27, 2025, the game sold over 220,000 copies and got featured in the Steam Screamfest, instantly becoming Steam's golden child, constantly getting updates and positive community feedback. But all that glory came crashing down as the game was taken down on November 7th, the day the Misery dev won a prestigious award from Dev Game to highlight accomplished indie studios and devs in Europe. The game was delisted due to a DMCA takedown by GSC Game World, the creators of Stalker. But everyone has been asking, why? Well, to think about it, with a game allegedly gaining inspiration from the famous Stalker series down to the inventory, stages, arena, gameplay mechanics like anomalies, and even to the guitar song being played in-game, one can easily see the reflections. Despite all of this, according to what the dev said in the still standing FAQ, the game is not based on Stalker, while admitting to be inspired by undisclosed games and media, keeping the sources and degree of inspiration unclear and vague. It stated, is it based on Stalker? No. Misery is set in the original universe of the post-nuclear war Republic of Slovakia, with its own unique lore, creatures, location, and rules. However, we were inspired by many games, books, and movies, and you'll recognize the atmosphere and references. It seems despite everything, there are still some noticeable similarities between the two games. That might just be a coincidence, considering both games take place in a post-nuclear explosion wasteland filled with strange anomalies while looking for various artifacts. However, the major difference in art style and the emphasis on co-op games mainly gives Misery the upper hand against GSC's claims. There are other titles like STALKER and Stake Out that share similar concepts, but the issues for GSC might come down to the fact that Misery is not only profitable, but also earning strong reviews, unlike their latest entry, Stalker 2, which has been, let's say, less warmly received. At first, the 19-year-old solo devs Platypus Entertainment, aka Maywings, showcased some rather raw reactions to the takedown notice. And that makes sense, as they just received an award for their accomplishment that very night of the takedown. However, their lack of professionalism in the heat of the moment is quite apparent, and while admitting to be inspired by undisclosed games, being dishonest about directly taking things out of these games, even denying inspiration, is not only questionable on a legal basis, but also a bad look for the developer themselves. Eventually, a lot of speculation arose. Where was the DMCA notice? The internet across r/Misery and r/Stalker community were going against one another, thinking of messages from the developer being maybe 16 to 18 at the time, showcasing far-right antics and anti-LGBTQ plus sentiment, and representing a Russian ultra-nationalist Discord group. As the developer himself was taking a step back after issuing a more formal apology, the mysterious and seemingly unknown publisher, Utopia, stepped forward to take charge. Who is Utopia, you might ask? Well, besides this two-person team Steam account, which is used regularly to communicate with the community, there seems to be absolutely no website or professional presence. Still, they did raise up the heat by posting about the DMCA notice, providing a few cropped screenshots of the legal notice from GSC, and that was all it took for fans of Misery to grab their pitchforks and flood Stalkers 2 views in retaliation. You can actually see the dip in recent reviews since the takedown notice, compared to its overall rating, which surprisingly still remains pretty solid. Maybe the Stalker series can serve as inspiration not just for its lore, world building, and atmosphere, but also, hopefully, as a lesson in how to handle situations like this moving forward. After a troubled release back in 2024 and an incomplete and poorly optimized game, Stalker 2 showed how taking responsibility and working through a harsh landscape of aggressive media, angry fans, even if critique was justified, can conclude to a result better for both parties. Even if Melvin can find a path to redemption, the possibility of Misery returning to the public eye feels uncertain. For now, all anyone can do is hope for a better outcome than an exiled developer, a lost game, and a passionate community left longing for what they once loved. Even now, things remain in flux. As of November 8th, the developer shared an update with the community outlining potential ways to move forward with the game, while the official Discord server is being semi-actively revising to reflect the ongoing changes. Whether this signs a genuine comeback or just another chapter in a long and complicated story is something only time will tell. Thanks for watching the video. This is a completely different deep dive than I have ever done before, and I really love indie games, and this is something I'm really passionate about. I actually wanted to play this game with a couple of friends, and when I found out that it got delisted the day of I was testing streams, it was crazy, and instantly tried to figure out why this happened. I'm going to keep tabs on this, maybe we'll do another video, but I really want to hear your thoughts below. Feel free to like and subscribe, support the channel, and let the algorithm know that you like this video. And feel free to check me out on Twitch. I'll be streaming a lot more often, more indie games, and Stalker even. Let's find out. See you then.